Alright, so I wanted to um, run through these real quick of what I thought everybody should be. Um, Female dwarf, kind of sick. Anyway, uh, so David Duffy here. So we're gonna switch to male dwarf. Dwarf's really good for being not only a rogue, but just for like a frontliner in general because of that +2 vitality. And so with Casey, I thought the metamorph would be a very good starting preset, just to kind of get a feel for what you want to be. So you can change your dude however you want.
Almost got me. You're not
Change
trying
your
to
voice.
escape.
Anyway, go over to the preset. Um, we got strength and finesse. Not sure why it's put into both of those. You can customize this. I would suggest doing like +2 in strength, um, maybe +2 in con. Um, the reason and again, I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's because the this uses finesse weapons later on. Um, but anyway, let's do this as if I'm doing this for Casey. So I put +2 in strength, +2 in con. Combat ability. So uh, wanted to polymorph. I'm going to take this out of weapons because again, like I did in the first video, I don't think any of these bottom two sections are worthwhile to start out with. So we're going to go one into polymorph and then one into warfare. Warfare gives Casey the physical stuff, and then polymorph gives Casey the stuff to that I think he would really like to deal with. We got +1 into sneaking because he's a dwarf. So what does Casey what would Casey do? Um, I'm gonna do +1 into Lucky Charm for Casey, because Casey's our little Lucky Charm. So then we go into skills. So one of the skills, or at least a couple of the skills that I think Casey would want is Battering Ram, Battle Stomp, and probably Chicken Claw. This skill will give Casey the ability, right? Battering Ram lets him get in. So before, all he had was Bouncing Shield, Battle Stomp, and I'm not sure what else he had. Maybe Crippling Blow? I'd have to check and see. Not real sure. So Battle Stomp is the one he always used. This clears stuff on the surfaces, so it clears non-cursed surfaces and clouds. It's really good for just running around and clearing out poison and stuff on the ground when we're not in combat and when we're in combat. Knocks down enemies. This Battering Ram also knocks down enemies. Both of these are resisted by physical armor. So one of the good things about this, use Battering Ram to get them close, start poking at them to get their physical armor down, and then a couple turns later, you use your Battle Stomp once their armor's gone, and then, not too long after that, your Battering Ram's back off cooldown. So that's really good. And then Chicken Claw, same thing, resisted by physical armor. So it just gives you another, so this is a 6-turn cooldown, but it gives you another CC to use. Chameleon Cloak, I wouldn't use it if I were Casey, it turns you invisible. Tentacle Lash may be good to learn once we get in the game to give him another damage dealing move. Bullhorns, you could do Bullhorns instead of Battering Ram, but I don't see that Bullhorns does anything special except let you brush at people. Set Bullhorns for 4 turns, so this polymorphs you into. Maybe this is why it gave plus and finesse. Maybe you change yourself. Don't know. I think it'd be neat to see you experiment with this as we play. To get this kind of preset with these. You have some crowd control. You're still melee. You can still get in real easy with Battering Ram and Battle Stomp, and then Chicken Claw gives you another crowd control ability. And then so that gives you, you know, what you need to start out with there. Lucky Charm, 1 into Warfare, 1 into Polymorph, 2 Strength and 2 Con. Okay. Talents, this gives you Opportunist, so that's the one where we were talking about people that try to run away from you. You're going to be able to attack them as they leave your zone of combat, of melee combat. So they start you out with that. You can pick that whatever you want here. That's up to you. I'm not going to suggest anything specific. Opportunist is a great one. There's a bunch of these to go through. I'm not going to go through all these right now. So I would suggest keeping Opportunist, because you're going to be the one to go in, get in, bull rush, get to somebody, start attacking them. They run away from you. You get to attack them for free. And I think that'd be a great starting point. Tags, up to you. For you, I'd probably pick something like the Jester or Noble. You get to pick 2 of these, so it doesn't really matter what you pick. They're, like I said before, they're just kind of dialogue options and kind of a background thing for your character. Say, well, my character, David Duffy, he was a soldier and he was an outlaw before that. So whatever you want to pick, and then that. So then next, we're going to go to Corey. To maintain Corey's little thing with an elf, so we're going to pick an elf here. Then I'm going to go to Appearance. Again, Corey can do whatever he wants. Elves are really weird. Their body types almost look like they're made out of plant life. Like they have this weird, veiny, almost plant-like, bark-like appearance. Anyway, going to the preset. I think a Battle Mage would be great for Corey. Starting stats here is fine. Strength kind of spread even. Combat abilities, Arrow Thurge and Warfare, which is fine, but I'm going to change that. And then, so here we go with Persuasion, which I think would be great for someone like Corey, but I also think that possibly putting an extra point into Lore Master would be worthwhile, but we'll keep it at Persuasion for now, and then we go to our skills. So Shocking Touch here, shock status on target within arm's length, which is great because you're going to be getting in. Battering Ram, same thing, that's your get in move for melee. Also great. Blinding Radiance, blinds people within 5 meters around you. Also great. You also could do the Hydrosophist, kind of do the thing that I did. You could pick Restoration to have a healing spell, and then you could pick, whatever else you wanted here. You could do Armor of Frost like I did, gives people magic armor. You could do Hellstrike to have a thing to crowd control abilities, freeze them, put up a little thing for people that have to walk around or walk over and slip and fall. You could get Rain if you like the ability to put things out on fire, although this is kind of a dead in the water skill because all it does is set things wet and whatnot, and you don't have any follow up to that. So I would suggest like maybe Restoration and Crippling Blow, or Restoration and Hailstrike to have something else, because this will give you something from a distance. Say you can't get in or somebody ran away, then you have this you can throw up. It also helps you have something to get rid of magic armor. I really like Hailstrike in that regard. Or you could go Geomancer, and then go into kind of poison stuff, get a little, get Fortify here to give somebody armor. You could do Contamination, which is kind of the same as Hellstrike. It just kind of throws a poison blob out, turns water and blood and clouds into poison. So if we had a battlefield set up where all the enemies were standing in blood or all the enemies were standing in water, it's just kind of, although it makes it so you kind of you have to keep up with the battlefield so as to not do anything debilitating to your teammates, which, you know, we saw with the Hydrosophist and the Arrow Surge with the Mage, like making it rain and then throwing out your lightning ability was hitting everyone, including the enemies. So, let's see. We're not gonna do any of those. The other thing I kind of like, of course, this doesn't let you have anything, is summoning stuff. I really like summoning extra things, so this will summon a totem, and the totem will fight. This will summon a little minion that's the same as, like, so if there's a poison puddle, you summon this, and it'll be a little poison summon thing, whatever. This totem is like a little turret. You always play turret stuff, so I think both of these will be great. Go in, Baylay, summon your little friends to help, and then start beating on stuff. That could work out really well. I think that would be something up your alley, personally. And you could even do this the opposite way. So, like, we take away warfare, and let's go, say we go into Hydro, right? Then you can have your little totems, and then go and have Resto. Got you a heal spell, got your little friends you summon, and go from there. One of the things that I will say that these presets do give you, no, they don't give you. I was wrong. So, in that regard, if we were going to go this, right, so then I would change this from strength and put both of these points into intellect, like you were before. And then you can heal yourself, heal whoever, summon your little dudes help out. And then later on, you can learn your Hell Strike, you can learn Frost Armor, you can learn Rain. And then you can also learn, like, you've still got a magic thing here, you can learn this Bolt that is sent out and does damage. And it creates a surface. Then you got Farsight and Fusion, unlock range attack for your Incarnate, which is this thing, provides 8 armor. So you summon your dude, then cast this, and it lets your dude have a ranged attack, and provides 8 magic armor. I don't know if that's to your magic dude or both. It doesn't really specify, which is really cool. Oh, and it increases damage by 25%. Also cool. So yeah, I think this, one of those two for you. I really like this this summoning and resto thing for you, Corey. Then we go to Cody. Cody's already done. In the earlier video, I kind of showed that, but just to quickly showcase what I would do for Cody, so I go over here. I would actually, and I know Cody probably doesn't want to change, and that's fine, I would suggest being a human or a dwarf. The reason being, I don't know, that's all glitched out. The reason being is because the dwarf gets that point into sneaking, I believe it is. Let's check this out. Yeah, and then I would go instead of, and then, so you already got 1 sneak from being a dwarf, then you can go into 1 thievery, play into each other. Boom, that's done, set from the get-go. May not like being a dwarf, also fine, totally understandable, don't blame me one bit. Then we got Scoundrel and Polymorph. The reason I like this preset class here, you got your Finesse, you got your Wits. Wits lets you crit chance, initiative, find traps, find treasure. Amazing. No con, don't need it. Fuck it. Know why you don't need it? Go to skills. Take these off. Go to here, Chameleon Cloak. In combat, turn invisible. Fuck everybody. Keep your throwing knife and your backlash. Easy peasy. Then later on, learn Adrenaline. Or Chloroform. Set people to sleep. Fuck them in the ass. no problemo. I really like this specifically because of Chameleon Cloak. In combat, go invisible, don't have to worry about shit, no reason to get any Constitution. Um, Full blown 2 points into finesse, 2 points into wit, extra crit chance, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't put any points into this bullshit down here because it doesn't give you anything worthwhile early on, and because you get stuff from these. You know, you got your crit chance here. You get 1 free attribute point per point invested. That's why you can put 4 points in instead of 3. So that's why you got an extra point here. Love it. Up to you, but I love it. And then for myself, I was thinking of doing something like the Wayfarer. Rocky target surface. So this lets me change my arrows. So I wanted to do something ranged. First aid, help out with healing. Doesn't heal for a whole lot, but it does cure, which is great. I don't know if I want that. May just want ranger. Clear-minded. I can learn haste, give somebody haste in the party, increases their movement speed, and gives an additional AP per turn. That sounds great. So maybe something like haste, first aid, maybe pin down. Sounds really good. Or even elemental arrowhead. Maybe just learn that later on. I really like that. Really, really like that. And then for this, I would probably see Lore Master was Corey. Cody's got the Nasty Deeds locked down. Telekinesis is necessary, but for certain things, there are chests in the world that you have to move. Probably Casey would be best suited to get telekinesis because his strength will be higher and be able to move things easier. So I would probably put mine into bartering, so that way when we did end up in a situation where we had a steady income of money and whatnot, that, you know, discounts would come in. And then as far as race goes, I would just continue to be human for that class. So yeah, I think that's everybody's little stuff. I didn't go over talents because, again, that's kind of set already, and you guys can look through those and pick those for yourself. Let's see, what did it give Cody here? The pawn. No, that's the wrong one. Shadowblade. Gorilla. Love it. While sneaking increases attack damage. Love it. Let's see, we went Battle Mage. What does it give for Battle Mage for Corey? Once per combat, if an enemy lands a fatal blow, combat kit will help you bounce back. Love it. Battle Mage gives you that to begin with. Then we switch all that stuff around. You can do it that way, or you can go straight to the what is it? Conjurer. This gives Pet Pal, lets you talk to animals. No, don't get that. Trash. We can get that later on. Early game, trash. But again, do whatever you want. It's up to you guys. Those are my suggestions for what we need, for what to do. The other thing that I would look at doing is picking some of these starting people. You know, maybe Cody plays the Red Prince. He gets these 2 moves, no idea what they do, and then makes his rogue from that guy. Corey goes into Sibyl for his elf chick. I go into this guy for my archer, and Casey goes into this guy for his guy. Not sure. I'll have to look in and see what these special abilities do. Because like I said, I know what I know what the shield thing does. It's like just some AoE bubble that protects us for a certain amount of damage or some crap like that. But I'd have to look and see what each of these do. Anyway, yep. Thanks for listening.